And I'm like, God, I hated the water cooler moments. Like, I mean, like to have to stand there and like talk about the football game. Like, I can't.
I'm gonna have to push back on my partners a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Yes.
Please, go ahead.
For an investing firm, I accept, and I already said you guys are not just investors, you're partners and businessmen and entrepreneur, and it's factual. I strongly feel, and Mark asked you what's important about this conference, and said it's important to think a little bit how the future is going to look. The serendipitous connections, so the water cooler is boring. They're interesting. When you're building a company, and it's getting exciting, and a new idea is coming, and the whole team was supposed to go home, and it's 8 p.m., and everybody told their husbands, their wives, and their kids we're being there in 30 minutes. And then someone went to the bathroom, sorry for the example, and comes back and is like, I have it. And they say this thing that solves the entire problem. And everybody gets so excited, and before you know it, it's 2 a.m. And we just moved the business forward, not by a week, but by a year. That special piece cannot happen on Zoom. I think human potential is in the cloud, I believe it, but human interaction is happening right here. And I actually think if you look 10 years forward, the companies that are going to make the effort now to be face-to-face, now we can describe what face-to-face is, there are many ways to do it, but the companies that are actually going to do the face-to-face, I think when we look back 5 years, maybe even 10, are going to be the winners. With my team, we're fighting for that face-to-face time, and every time we're together, the excuse of having this event brought a few of us together, and 3 things came up about the business as we were thinking about just what we're going to talk about. Now take that, because we agree that the office is a challenge, bring that back into your home. You're back in that multifamily building. Why not have those connections there? Why shouldn't you meet your, and it makes a lot more sense for me, by the way, that I'll meet my wife or my husband in the apartment building when I went downstairs to the pool than I do in the office. So both of those things work really well. And from a business point of view, I can do business there also. And then maybe there should be a co-working space. There should be an office, and maybe enterprises are going to look. So if enterprises need to do culture, and if culture is not going to be in the office anymore, then maybe there's a new hybrid that has to do with the home put together with an office space. Then I'll give one more thought that I have. I think the fact that you guys have 7 offices is the future. So I do think it's smaller offices and centers, but it's going to be very hard for me to be convinced that not bringing people together and not having human connection is in our nature. I don't think we're built to look at the screen. And I think that one day when we're all much, much older and we're sick and we're on our deathbed and we're looking at ourselves and we have that moment of realization and we say, well, how much time in my life did I spend with my loved ones and with people I really care about? And how much time of my life did I spend in front of a screen? If that answer of in front of a screen is too big, I am not sure how we're going to feel that second before it's all over.